Hello, are we live? I will say we are live, and this is Thomas Metal 75, and this is your Massachusetts Beer Reviews. Thank you for stopping by the Massachusetts Beer Reviews channel of YouTube. And today is a double IPA in the form of Two Roads Road to Ruin Double IPA. And this Bad Larry is at 8% alcohol by volume. The IBUs are not listed on the website. I found an article online somewhere when I searched for the beer release date on Google that there was at least one article that I saw that was from 2014 that talked about the beer. So it's obviously been around since at least 2014. And this one is 8% ABV, as I said, and they're using 4 hop varieties: Summit, Palisade, Cascade, and Magnum hops. And this is obviously being considered a American double IPA, according to Beer Advocate. Temptingly hoppy double IPA, plenty of bite. There's a little snake on it. Here's to taking the road less traveled in life and in beer. Two Roads. Two Roads Brewing Company, we've done some of their beers on this channel. They are in Stratford, Connecticut. They do a lot of brewing, tons of brewing. It's easy to find Two Roads here. And it's easy to find Two Roads in the form of some of the Lawson's Finest liquid beers and some Stillwater artisanal beers, as well as others. But the Two Roads makes the artisanal, Stillwater artisanal, and the Lawson's Finest liquids that are available to my area. So they do a ton of contract brewing. And this was packaged on February 7th, 2018, and it was a 12-pack variety that my buddy Dave brought over. So I apologize that this isn't the freshest IPA, but as a double, it still should have some good notes to it. In a Trillium and Chomp burger restaurant from Warren, Rhode Island, 2nd annual Trillium Chomp glass. Good burgers if you're ever in the Narragansett Bay area or near Fall River or New Bedford, Massachusetts. So, here is a look of the Two Roads Road to Ruin Double IPA. A nice orangey copper color with a pretty white head. I wouldn't say it's khaki, I'd say it's pretty white. Lots of sweat on the glass, and it definitely is more opaque towards the bottom of the glass, but I would say that's pretty, yeah, it's a pretty hazy, murky look. So, let's see about the nose. I'd still say it's pretty big, hoppy nose to it. Very sweet, oily, bready, toasty, orangey, grapefruit. Maybe a touch of the pine resin is what I'm getting in there. Maybe like an orangey, well, it's got an orange citrusy sort of a thing going on. But I was going to say, like, not jam, but maybe like an orange, or I keep saying orange, maybe like a marmalade, or has that kind of sweetness to it. It just smells like it's resin dripping off of the pine tree, that sappy oil. So, I'd say if you like a big citrus-forward nose in your double IPAs, then this one's for you. And yes, there's a slight amount of the alcohol, but not the predominant scent. So, 83 degrees today, the 16th, I believe, of September. It certainly is. And let's certainly drink this beer. Road to Ruin Double IPA. If I did not say cheers, cheers, guys. yeah, this one is still holding its flavor profile. I'm getting some of the alcohol, which is a little bit warming. And then I'm getting a rush of some sweet, toasty, bready malts. Very toasty, bready malts. Almost brown bread, but it's very toasty, white bread. It's that marmalade mixed with that big citrus of grapefruit and tons of orangey notes. But big grapefruit. Just as I mentioned in the nose, Trillium, there you go. Just as I mentioned in the nose, I am getting a big oily, resinous, pine sap kind of a consistency to it. It's an oily, sticky, resinous mouthfeel. Not the biggest mouthfeel for an Imperial IPA. Of more like a West Coast style. So, it's not the biggest, boldest, chewiest mouthfeel, but remember, this is an American double IPA, and it has that complexion to it. Definitely on the full side of medium towards full side. It is got a moderate to high amount of carbonation. Small bubbles, so easy to drink and to clean the, and it does clean the palate a little bit. There goes the AC. Again, crisp, clean, somewhat clean. You're left with that oily, hop, piney resin. And is it refreshing for an 8%er? Of this nature, it kind of is. It's a medium to full-bodied, as I say. It thins out to about a straight medium, so it keeps it nice and lively. At this point, I think it's still pretty hoppy of a beer. I'm getting primarily a lot of oily, resiny notes. Maybe it is got some of the dankness to the garlic and the onion notes, but it doesn't do it in a way that is trying to be juicy in its hop nature and variety. It's still that pine resin sap forward note to it. So if you like a big full double IPA with only a minimum to almost no alcohol burn, and some grapefruit, Road to Ruin from Two Roads might be a good one for you. I mean, I'm thinking an 89 is probably in my wheelhouse for rating this beer. I kind of want to see maybe even less of those oil notes for my liking, and maybe more of a maltier complexion. Although if you get it to be too malty, you're going to have to combat on some sweetness. So I understand that even at 8%, you're going to have to put enough malt in your beer to start fermenting to 8%. So, I mean, it's just a little bit too big for normally what I like to drink. But I think it's 83 degrees here, and it's a little bit humid, so Fahrenheit. So maybe not the best beer for the weather, but it still has some drinkability to it. This would be a nice one in the cooler fall months and even in the winter, just to kick back with and relax. And when you want that synthetic warmth from alcohol, one or two of these will do you. It'll give you plenty of bite. So I'm going to give it an 89. Tyler Mansell's watching live. Yo, what's up, motherfucker? Yeah, so been a great weekend here of the 16th, 14th, 15th, 16th. Of September 2018. My new band, Oxblood Forge, in the vein of Black Sabbath and Southern rock and heavy metal, played in Boston on Friday night. That was really awesome. And then I saw lead singer, former lead singer of the band Pantera, Phil Anselmo, play with his band, Phil H. Anselmo and the Illegals, at Providence, Rhode Island last night. My buddy Justin puts on the bookings through that venue, and we're talking to him about that yesterday, and I can clearly see his passion and his drive for putting on all these bands, getting all the local bands together, and just having a really good time, especially with some good beers. So, this has been a great weekend. Just going to kick back and enjoy the Two Roads Road to Ruin. 89 out of 100. Till next time, keep tasting those great beers, everybody. Cheers. I will see you soon. And if not, it'll be on the 17th, 18th, 19th of September at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time for Wild Card Wednesday. Live. Cheers.